Okay, in this video, I want to talk a little bit about finding parallel and perpendicular lines. So first I want to start by talking about what does it mean for a line to be parallel or perpendicular. And then I want to talk a little bit about how you will find the equation of a line through some given point that is parallel or perpendicular to an already given line, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about just exactly what parallel and perpendicular lines are. So let's say we're given just some line, y equals mx plus b, okay? So if we want to find the equation of a parallel line, okay, the equation of a parallel line will be of the form y equals mx plus c, where b and c may be different, okay? But what's important is that they have the same slope, okay? So the slope is the same. So if we want to graph a parallel line, let's just say we have just the line y equals x here, going right through the center, okay? That has a slope of 1, okay? A line that is parallel to this line will also have a slope of 1, but it may have a different b. It may have a different y-intercept. So you notice this one here has a different y-intercept. So what's nice about these lines is that because they have the same, that both lines are equally steep, they're never ever going to cross each other. No matter how far you go off in either direction, they are never going to cross each other. So if you see two lines on a graph that look like this, they're never going to touch each other. They're going to end up having the same slope. Okay, if they have a different steepness, they will touch each other at some point, and they would not be parallel. Okay, but a perpendicular line has a very interesting feature to it. Okay, so perpendicular. It's one of those words that always looks wrong no matter how I spell it, right? Okay, so perpendicular line. This is actually going to be given by y equals negative 1 over m x plus d, okay? So this is given, what we do is we say that this has the slope that is the negative reciprocal of your original line, okay? So a line that is perpendicular to y equals mx plus b is going to have an equation of the form y equals negative 1 over mx plus d, okay? So for example, let's just say we're given the slope m equals 9, okay, we have m equals 9, perpendicular to this is going to give us y equals, m prime, m little dash next to it, this is our perpendicular slope, is going to be given by negative 1 over 9, okay? If m is equal to 2/3, for example, we're just going to take the negative reciprocal of this. So the reciprocal means we just flip it, okay? So the numerator becomes the denominator becomes the numerator. So this will become negative 3 over 2, okay? And again, the little dash here just indicates this is the perpendicular slope, okay? So given this information, well, I guess let me first show you what a perpendicular line looks like. A perpendicular line, so I'm getting ahead of myself here. A perpendicular line will be a line that forms exactly a 90-degree angle with the line that it is being compared to, okay? So it'll look a little bit like this, okay? So in this case, we're actually going to have this line with a slope of negative 1, okay? So now it's going down at the same steepness, but just in the opposite direction, if that makes sense, at least for this example here, okay? So they form an exactly a 90-degree angle here between these two lines, all right? So that's a little bit about what parallel and perpendicular lines are. Now let's see if we can find equations of parallel and perpendicular lines given a line, okay? So in this case, we have y equals 9x minus 5, and we want to write the equation of a line that is both parallel and perpendicular separately to the line that is passing through the point negative 2, 6. So let's start by finding the parallel line here. Okay, so we're trying to find a line that is parallel to y equals 9x minus 5 and is passing through the point negative 2, 6. Okay, so we know that our original line is given by y equals 9x minus 5. So let's start by finding what our slope is. Our slope here is m equals 9. In our example, we actually already found this. So the slope of a line parallel to 9x minus 5 is also going to have a slope of 9. Okay, so our parallel slope is going to be given by m is equal to 9. Okay, so we know that our parallel line is going to have the form y equals 9x plus b. Okay, so now we want to see if we can find what our b value is. And we can do this because we're given that it's passing through the point negative 2, 6. Okay, it's passing through the point negative 2, 6. So previously, when we were trying to find the equation of a line and through 2 points, we were able to plug in one of our 2 favorite points to find what the b value is. We can do the exact same thing here with this given point, negative 2, 6. Okay, so this is our y value. Negative 2 is our x value, and we can substitute these in for y and x respectively here, okay? So this becomes 6 is equal to 9 times negative 2 plus b, okay? Or we have 6 is equal to negative 18 plus b. So we can add 18 to both sides of the equation. Okay, and we're going to get b is equal to 24. All right, so our equation is going to be given by y equals 9x plus 24. This is our parallel line. Okay, parallel line. Now let's see if we can find our perpendicular line. Okay, so our original line, y equals 9x minus 5, we're trying to find a line that is perpendicular to that line. So that means that our slope, our perpendicular slope, this is going to be given by, we'll call it m prime again. So this is going to be negative 1 over 9. So we flip it, we make the numerator the denominator, denominator the numerator, and we make it negative, okay? We change the sign. So we flip it and we change the sign. So that means that the general form of the perpendicular line is going to be y equals negative 1 over 9x plus b. Okay, so again, we also want it to pass through the point negative 2, 6. So we can go ahead and plug in negative 2, 6, just like we did previously. So we'll replace our y value with 6 and our x value with negative 2. So we'll have 6 is equal to negative 1 over 9 times negative 2 plus b. Okay, so this is going to give us, 6 is equal to, it'll be positive 2 ninths. Okay, because we're multiplying negative 1 over 9 times negative 2. So we'll have positive 2 over 9 plus b. We can take away 2 over 9 from both sides. And that's going to give us b is equal to 6 over, it's going to be equal to 6 minus 2 over 9. Okay, now we can write 6 so that it has a denominator of 9. So we do that by multiplying it by 9 over 9. So that's going to give us 6 times 9 is 54. So over 9 minus 2 over 9. That's going to give us 52 over 9. So the equation for our perpendicular line is going to be y equals negative 1 over 9x plus 52 over 9. Okay, so sometimes these can get kind of messy. But if you follow these steps, it really isn't all that bad. So we'll say this is our perpendicular line. Okay, let's try another one. Here we have y equals 9 over 8x plus 5. And we want to write the equation of the lines that are parallel and perpendicular to the line, the given line, y equals 9 over 8x plus 5. And we want these lines to pass through negative 2, 6. So again, let's start with our parallel line. Okay, so because they're parallel, they're going to have the same slope. So we know that our line is going to be of the form y equals 9 over 8x plus b. Okay, so we chose the same point this time. We want it to pass through this point as well. Okay, so negative 2, 6 again. So let's see if we can find what these equations are going to be. Okay. So let's go ahead and plug in our x and y values again. So for y, we're going to do 6. So we'll have 6 is equal to 9 over 8 times negative 2 plus b. Okay, so if we have 9 times negative 2, that's going to give us negative 18 over 8. So we have 6 is equal to negative 18 over 8 plus b. We can factor out a 2 there, so that's going to give us 6 is equal to negative 9 over 4 plus b. So now let's go ahead and add 9 over 4 to both sides. Okay, so we'll have b is equal to 6 plus 9 over 4. So we can rewrite 6 with a denominator of 4 by multiplying it by 4 over 4. And that's going to give us 24 over 4 plus 9 over 4. Okay, and 24 over 4 plus 9 over 4 is going to give us 33 over 4. So our parallel line is going to be given by y equals 9 over 8x plus 33 over 4. It's our parallel line. Now let's find our perpendicular line. Okay. Okay, so our original slope, m, is equal to 9 over 8. So our perpendicular slope, we'll call m prime again, means we're going to flip it and we're going to change the sign. So this will become 8 over 9, and we're going to make it negative, okay? So our new slope for our perpendicular line is 8 over 9. So the general form of this line is going to be y equals negative 8 over 9 x plus b. And we don't know what b is yet. Okay, but again, we do know that it passes again to the point negative 2, 6. So let's replace x and y with the x and y values from this point. So this is going to give us 6 is equal to negative 8 over 9 times 2, times negative 2. Plus b. Okay, so here we can go ahead and multiply our numerators. So this is going to give us 6 is equal to 16 over 9 plus b. So now we can take away 16 over 9 from both sides. And that's going to give us b is equal to 6 minus 16 over 9. Or we can rewrite this as 54 over 9 minus 16 over 9. And again, we can get this because we can multiply 6 by 9 over 9 to find our common denominator. Okay, so 54 over 9 minus 16 over 9. That is going to give us, what is that going to give us? That is going to give us, so I'm thinking slowly today, 38 over 9. Okay? So the equation for our line is going to be y equals negative 8 over 9x plus 38 over 9. Okay, so there we go. So this is the equation for our perpendicular line. And that should be a good intro in defining parallel and perpendicular lines. But again, as always, if you have any questions about this or you want to see some more examples of work, please let me know and I'd be happy to post another video, or I'd be happy to meet with you to discuss this, because I know this is a particularly tedious topic. So if you're running into any trouble, please don't hesitate to let me know that you're having a hard time.